Hello my beautiful people of the world, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about a conspiracy you've probably heard about. You've probably heard a lot of theories on this topic, okay? And that is Disney parks. Even just the Disney franchise in general, there's a lot of theories, but we're going to be talking about specifically one that involves the Disney park. I had to get my ears on for the occasion, and I got my Mickey shirt. Literally got this shirt at Disney World for my birthday one year and haven't worn it, so here we go. Now again, it is no secret that Disney throughout the years has had some myths, if you will, different secrets, different theories. There's some that are true and there's some that are just theories. And today we're going to talk about a couple, really focusing on some of the true things about Disney. So as I said, you may have heard of some of these, you may have not. I've got a few different ones we're going to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into the dark world of Disney. So we're gonna start off strong here with this one. Basically, the theory is that nobody dies at Disney. This is a dark one, okay? And there could be a multitude of reasons why they do this, right? But basically, the theory suggests that nobody dies on Disney property. Now, this is because they want to keep the Disney parks known as the most magical place on earth, the happiest place on earth, right? I don't think it would be very pleasing if people knew that somebody died there, right? Now, basically, the rumor goes that if somebody does die there or if they get seriously injured, they're immediately rushed out of the park to an off-site hospital, an off-site place to be treated, or if they're going to pass, to die not in the park. And you know, this made me think, if something happens to somebody, if someone gets seriously injured or they have a heart attack or something, right? You would want to work on them right away. You would want to make sure they're good right away. If you need to do CPR, do CPR. If you need to bandage a wound, do that. You know, whatever it is, you would think that you'd want to do it right away, as quickly as possible to save their life. So the fact that they're like, oh, we're not even treating you, we gotta get you out of here right now, they're just delaying time for treatment, meaning that the chances of this person surviving could be less, you know, depending on what happened to them. But that was just an eerie food for thought, and it's actually known that Disney will coordinate with local authorities. That way, if there are any deaths, they're off-site. So this isn't even so much a conspiracy. Like, this is happening. They don't want deaths on their property, as does nobody. But in my mind, you know, things happen, things go awry. If it was because of a ride, fix the ride. You know what I mean? But hey, I get it. They don't want the thought of death hanging over all of the citizens, all of the patrons of Disney parks, so. And keeping this idea of death going, all right, the next theory is about real bones being used in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean? I feel like if it's Pirates of the Caribbean, I say Caribbean. In the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Now, for a long time, it was rumored that real bones were used in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride for the attraction, for the props, the decorations in there, because the fake ones just didn't look real enough. And this has actually been reported to be true, that skeletons were being taken from the UCLA Medical Center, okay? But as time has gone on, it is believed that all of the bones were replaced with fake ones. We don't know if this is true, but this is what they say. So basically they were like, yeah, well, this did happen. We were doing that, but we've replaced them. They're not fake. They're not real anymore. They're fake. Okay. I don't know about that. Of course, with them wanting to put out this good image of no death, of course they're gonna say they're fake. Who knows? Maybe they were changed. Maybe they weren't. But you know what's even more disturbing than real bones being in the park? Real people's ashes. That's right. You might have brought yours there. Somebody you know might have brought some ashes there. okay, of a loved one. Okay, this is actually a fact. This isn't just a theory anymore. This is something that people are known to do. There's videos on the internet of people doing it, bringing their loved ones' ashes onto the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. So not only is there bones, now there's ashes there. Yeah, I definitely think this ride is haunted, and it has become such a thing that even the cast members apparently have come up with this phrase called Code Grandma. And this means that someone has dumped ashes of a loved one in the ride and that they need to clean it out. So this is just another thing. If you or somebody you know is going to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and dumping ashes into the water wherever you're spreading them throughout the ride, just know that they are being cleaned up and being disposed of. So they're not there forever, so I wouldn't advise doing that. Because now you're just wasting ashes and they're probably just getting thrown away or put in a gutter or a dumpster somewhere. So would not advise doing that. Now I get it, if your loved one really liked Disney, maybe that was their favorite ride, right? So you want to go do that, but I'm just gonna let you know that it's not staying there forever. They're cleaning them right up. I don't know where your grandma just went. I'm sorry to tell you. Part of me wants to go there with some equipment and just do like a little EVP session, a little ghost spirit talking session. We gotta see if there's any ghosts haunting this place, you know what I'm saying? Because there has to be. There has to be. If you believe in ghosts. I do. And apparently, so do some of the cast members. Because apparently, cast members now believe that the Pirates of the Caribbean ride is haunted. So much so to the fact that they have come up with a name for this spirit. Apparently the spirit's name is George, and they have to say good morning and good night to it every single day, or else the ride will break down. Quit spreading your loved one's ashes at Disney. Who has a grandpa named George? Because you need to go tell him to quit breaking down the Disney ride, okay? Now another theory that blends some truth, some speculation, okay, is the underground tunnels of Disney. Supposedly, the Magic Kingdom was built on top of a network of underground tunnels. And this is actually true. There are tunnels underneath Magic Kingdom, but it is said that these tunnels are used just for employees. That way they can walk around the park without breaking any illusion for the guest, keeping guest experience, you know, magical, so to say, right? If you see a ton of employees walking around doing things, it doesn't seem as fun, right? But apparently there's a 9-acre series of tunnels underneath the park, okay? And basically they're called utility corridors that the park employees use basically as their backstage, right? So they have costumes down there, okay? They even have cafeterias where the employees can eat. But basically this is so throughout the park, the different sections of the park, you're not seeing different characters in their wrong section. But apparently this whole system was created because of Walt Disney. Apparently it said that he was walking around and he saw a cowboy from Frontierland walking to where he needed to go through Tomorrowland, and he was like, wait a minute, this isn't right. This doesn't look right. Why is this person here? This isn't their side of the park. So to keep that magicalness alive, to not see a random character walking through a different section of the park that they're not supposed to be in, that theme of the section of the park, right? He made these tunnels. That way cast members could go through and through, do outfit changes, eat, whatever it is, right? Apparently there's even a barber shop down there and a Subway, which apparently shows up on Google Maps. And apparently this is also a good way for them to transfer supplies, trash, things of that nature. So all of this is true, but of course there's always a darker side of it. You know, people have theorized that these tunnels were being used for kidnappings, trafficking of children, okay? Obviously, this has not been stated true. There is no factual evidence that this is happening, but of course it's rumored because they're creepy dark tunnels under a place that mainly kids are going to. Okay. Now, two other theories on a little bit of a lighter note that you've probably heard about are Go Away Green and the Smellitizers. And yes, both of these are true. Disney uses, and honestly, even other parks, I've been to Busch Gardens and I've kind of noticed this too, but a lot of parks, Disney more so, uses the color Go Away Green And it's basically so they can cover utility buildings, fences, doors that cast members use, employees use, right? They want to cover all of this to keep the magic alive. They don't want you to see it. So basically it's a color of green that's supposed to blend into the background, you know, blend into nature. It's not going to catch your eye. It's not a bright popping color like a red or a yellow to get your attention. So it's basically used to make all that stuff they don't want you to see disappear from your point of view. And this is true. And the other one that's true is the smellitizers. Yes, it is a fact that Disney uses devices that they're calling smellitizers to pump scents into the park. They might push out scents of popcorn, vanilla, sweet things, savory things to get you to go eat. They want you to spend the monies. They want you to go eat there, right? But even in some other areas of the parks, like the castles and what have you, they'll pump out scents like that are more florally or more calming things to make you feel safer and secure, something cozy, something to give you a little feeling of nostalgia, and something to keep you around longer. And with that, them wanting to keep you around longer, there's another theory about RFID tracking. Basically what this is the Disney bands that you get. They are used to track everything you're doing. And this is just a fact, okay? Every time you scan it to pay for something, they can literally just track you walking around, your movements. And by tracking you, they basically say that they can gather better data analysis. That way they can personalize your experience while you're at the park. And I don't know about you, but to me, that just says, how can we make more money? Oh, we noticed that so-and-so got off this ride and they immediately went to look for food. Maybe we put a food stand closer to the end of the ride. Maybe we put some water closer to the end of the ride. I don't know. To me, that just says, how can we make more of a profit? But let me know what you think about these theories, you guys. Have you heard of these ones before? Are there any new ones you heard about? And what do you think? Do you think they're tracking us? Do you think darker things are happening in the tunnels underground? And is Walt Disney's head frozen underground? I don't know. I don't know. Probably not, but then why'd they come out with that movie Frozen? Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.